What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissists Code. I'm your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, better known as Mental Healness across all social media platforms. This is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice. I'm a diagnosed narcissist, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, and also validate the victims, survivors, and thrivers of said disorder. Today's episode is going to be about how some narcissists and toxic people will do the exact opposite of what you ask them to do. Why do they do that? Why don't they listen to you and take your advice? Why do they have to go out and do the exact opposite of what you tell them to do? Why do they counter-parent you? Narcissists, at the bottom line, y'all, it's about control. And this, again, y'all, these are my own views. This is my own perspective. This is how I see it as a diagnosed self-aware narcissist. To me, it's all about control. Yes, I am shooting in my car today. I had a dentist appointment. That's why you see my face over here kind of numb. I'm still trying to talk out of it. But yeah, like I said, a lot of narcissistic people, it's about control. They want to control every single thing around them. We want to control every single aspect of what we have going on inside of our lives, outside of our lives, around here, around there. And we hate being told what to do, because if you tell us what to do, that means you're in control of us. And for me, just being in therapy so long, if you're new here, I've been in therapy since October 2017, so about 5.5 years. I round up and say 6, because 2017 to 2023 is 6 years. Even though I started late. For me, just being in therapy so long, it's about being in childhood and being out of control of your circumstances in your childhood. So when you're growing up, you feel like you have no control over anything in your life. Like everything in your life, your childhood, the way where you were raised, how you were raised, everything is outside of your control. You might have been neglected. Your validation or the things that make you feel validated were outside of your control. So you grow up and you hyper focus on controlling every single thing around you. And you don't want to be told what to do, because we spent so long being told what to do, and to to put aside what we really wanted. The hell no. When we grow older, guess what? I couldn't control anything when I was younger, but I want to control everything when I'm older, as an adult. And this is just not boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife situations. This could be with the kids. As a parent, if my kids tell me something to do, and even if it's right, I would still go against it. This is back in the day. I know that sounds ignorant as hell, but that's the mindset of a narcissist. It's a very, very childish mindset, because a lot of narcissistic people, toxic people, experience what they call arrested development, where they skip stages of emotional growth and development due to having to grow up faster. Things like that. So it's a very childish mindset to have, just to, cut off your nose to spite your face type of mindset. And a lot of narcissists do it, y'all. A lot of narcissists do it. They do it in different ways. They can do it just by you telling them something to do, or by your suggestions. They'll go against your good suggestions just because you suggested it. Just because you suggested it, and they want to put you down here. They want to make it sound like they're in control of everything. They'll go against your good, your well-intended, your great suggestions. They will try to do the opposite just because you suggested it. You see what I'm saying? They'll want to do the opposite just because it was you that suggested making the change. It was you that suggested making the switch. It was you that suggested taking the left instead of taking the right. It was you that suggested taking the exit instead of staying on the highway. You see what I'm saying? They will cut off their nose they will cut off their nose, ears, lips, knock out all their teeth just to spite their face. They'll hurt themselves just to make you feel like you're not in control of them. I'm just saying, you see a lot of narcissistic people do this. Like I said, it could be your husband, could be your wife, could be your boyfriend, girlfriend, your fiance, whoever. Could be your mom, could be your dad, could be your boss telling you to do something stupid at work that they know is bad, but because and they think they're above you in real life, and whatnot, just not in job title, they think they're above you as a human. They'll go do the opposite just because you suggested it, y'all. It's all about controlling the circumstances, controlling things like that. You'll see if you give a narcissist a suggestion, they'll get mad at you, y'all. They'll actually get mad at you and make you feel stupid for a suggestion that turns out to be good. Hey, you should try the shrimp here. The shrimp is better than the chicken. The chicken kind of tastes raw. And they'll spite you and order all chicken, please. They'll eat the chicken, understand that it's raw, and say, oh, this chicken is raw. Damn, why you let me get this? It's still somehow, some way, going to be your fault. You see what I'm saying? It's still going to be your fault, some way, shape, or form. But that's kind of what you have to deal with. I'm sorry, y'all. When you deal with a narcissistic person, that's kind of what you have to deal with sometimes. You have to deal with them going against the grain, just to go against the grain, just to make you feel a certain type of way. A lot of narcissistic people will do that, y'all. They do not want you telling them what to do. Hell no. You do not get to tell them what to do. And this is typically, it's not just as significant. Like I said, it's just not the inner circle. Sometimes they'll go outside their inner circle of control. Sometimes they'll let other people tell them what to do. Sometimes it just depends on the situation, the circumstance. But there's significant others and people they feel like they are above. Hell no, you're not gonna tell me what to do. Narcissistic people, toxic people do not. I'm just telling y'all, they hate it. They hate it. They'll tell you to shut the hell up. They'll rage out on you. They'll give you the silent treatment for making a good suggestion, y'all. Listen to me. They will give you the silent treatment, yell and scream at you, put their hands on you for you making a suggestion just because you made a suggestion, because they feel like you're trying to control them by telling them what to do. They feel like when you tell them what to do, they feel like you're trying to seize control over them. So they tend to try to do the opposite. That's where counter-parenting comes into play a lot. If you're trying to co-parent or parent with a narcissistic person or whatever, they counter-parent you because they don't want you telling them what to do as a parent. Hey, we're using these diapers over here, like Huggies are the best diapers. I'm not saying Huggies are the best diapers. This is just an example, y'all. Hey, Huggies are the best diapers, so they're kind of leak-proof. So please don't get the other kind. The other kind is like it'll mess it up. They'll buy the other kind just to spite you. We're gonna use the other kind at my house. You can use whatever you want to use over there. Hey, he's allergic to peanuts. Can you not feed him peanuts, please? He might go in an anaphylactic shock. He might get hives or something like that. Hives? What the hell are you talking about? That's my son. I love peanuts. He gonna eat peanuts too. They'll counter-parent you. Hey, we're gonna raise him Christian over here. No, I just converted to Muslim today. He gonna be Muslim over here. I'm just telling y'all, they do not like being told what to do so much that they'll do things that they don't want to do just to spite the person who tried to tell them what to do. Yes, I agree with you. I know what you're gonna say. That is so damn stupidly. That is a dumb-ass way to live. Yes, absolutely it is. Like I said in the beginning, it's a very childish mindset. It's a very childish way to live. It's a very childish way to process and deal with things like that. It's childish as hell. I am not denying that. I'm telling you that right now. It is ultra childish. It is. It just is. It is super mega childish in these situations for you to experience that. That's why I said you have to empower yourself on these journeys right here. You just have to, y'all. Because if you don't, guess what happens? You end up caught up, tied up with these narcissistic people, and they do a number on your head. They frustrate you so much, and that's why one of the main questions I get in my comment section, one of the most common questions I get in my comment section is like, how do you talk to a narcissist? How do you get them to do what you want them to do? How do you get them to do what you want them to do? Sometimes, y'all, you have to do the reverse psychology thing. I know it sounds stupid, but sometimes you have to use reverse psychology on an actual adult to get them to do what you want them to do. Be it like you have to go against the opposite of what you actually want to do to get them to do something. If you want them to pick the blue color, you say, hey, I like red. So they'll pick the blue. Does this work all the time? Hell no. But does it work sometimes? Possibly. Test it out. If it's safe, test it out. Don't just test it out on your partner willy-nilly if you think they're going to erupt on you, or they're going to sometimes you have to learn reverse psychology. Sometimes you have to study, just like narcissists study other people. You have to study the narcissistic person in your life to figure out what's the best way to communicate with them. Believe there's no way that it works, then guess what? It's time. It might be time for your ass to dip. If there's no way of openly, effectively communicating with this person, you've been trying to do this for years, it might be time to throw the damn towel in, y'all. Stop trying to wring the towel out. Stop trying to reuse that dirty ass towel. It might be time to throw the towel in and dip out. They're not going to make you happy. Yeah, they might have made you happy in the past, but they're not going to make you happy right now. They're not going to make you happy anymore. This is it for you in this dynamic, in this relationship dynamic, y'all. And this is not me trying to hurt your feelings or try to break you down or whatever. This is me being realistic and honest with you, because a lot of narcissistic people will go about it just like this, y'all. I promise you they will. They'll tear your ass to pieces, mentally, physically, emotionally. They'll shred you up. They will shred you up and shred you down. But it's up to you to empower yourself. To, like I said, you have to understand the person you're dealing with, y'all. You have to learn the person that you're dealing with, to communicate with them in some way, shape, or form. You might have to use reverse psychology. You might have to just say the opposite of what you're looking for. You might have to act like you don't want it. You might have to pretend it's something you don't want. I hate that right there. Oh, you hate that? They'll do it. I'm just saying, you might have to do the opposite. Just test the person, y'all. You have to make them feel like, this is my greatest communication thing about narcissists. You have to make them feel like they're winning and they're in control. And I know that doesn't sound fair to people. How the hell is that fair, Lee? I didn't say it was fair. I said you have to make them feel like that they're winning some sort of prize, or they're in control of this situation. You just have to. If you want to communicate with a narcissist, you want to remain in a relationship with one, you just have to communicate like this. I know it sucks. It sounds stupid as hell, because it is stupid as hell. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, y'all. Anyway, y'all, let me hop out this thing. I got to finish up. Like and subscribe for more. Mental Illness is out. Peace.